All right, everybody, welcome to the NRP Daily right here on the National Real Estate Post. I'm here once again with Kimber White, president of the National Association of Mortgage Brokers. Hi, Kimber.
Hey, Frank, how are you?
I'm okay, man. I'm confused about some things. And based on our conversation before the show, I don't know that we're going to be any less confused, but I think we need to talk about this.
No.
So I'm going to share my screen. We'll get right to it, guys. And at the end of the day, what we're about to show you here is, I don't know that it's too much to worry about. I think it's just going to make actually probably things easier for everybody. But, you know, last June, if you guys remember, the there was a new rule being put out or proposed by the CFPB, because we had the non-QM patch coming due and all these things. And everybody's worried about the 43% DTI, with respect to ability to repay. And so a lot of concern about this. And so a rule was proposed that it looks like is kicking into effect, Kimber. So,
yep.
And I still don't get the connection between, an APR and the ability to repay. I don't get the connection at all. But let's just kind of talk about this new rule. Basically what they're saying is, well, why don't you go ahead and tell us what they're saying? So yeah.
Well, basically what they're saying now is that as long as they're getting rid of the QM, and this is something NAMB has lobbied for years, is that the 43%, the QM, the sunsetting of it is going to happen in July, no matter who, to give us a little establishment on that. If this wasn't done, I think with a new administration, which is going to have more enforcement, more consumer, we would have probably not been where we're talking about this today. We've been talking about, oh my goodness, we're going to lose a lot of loans because we're not going to operate under a 43% rule. With that said, it is a little confusing because it's now saying that you're getting rid of the 43%, and it's going to be based on the QM rule, lenders capped at 150 basis points above the APOR. So today's APOR,
I think it's right here, for a 30-year fixed rate mortgage, APOR 2.76.
So then it says 150 basis points ahead,
right.
4.276.
Right. Yeah, so that's 6. Yeah, so that's 6. Yeah, 4.26. You're good at math. Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, as long as your APR on the new rule, you won't be liable for violating ability to repay if the APR on that deal does not exceed the average prime offer rate plus 150 basis points.
That's what they're saying. A little confusing, but that's what they're saying. We need more about it because it just came back out to NAMB too.
So today, if it were today, they're saying, hey, as long as your APR in the 30-year fixed rate mortgage that you're delivering doesn't exceed 4.26%, you're okay as far as ability to repay is concerned. Is that right?
That's what it seems like. That's what it seems like. It's confusing to me right now.
Yeah, like I said, my difficulty is like, I don't make the connection between this and the ability to repay the loan. I don't make that connection, but hey, apparently it's going to make things a little bit easier for everybody, right?
And I think overall we're going to have to go away from that and look at the next section that says, do you have an approved eligible from DU or LP? Well, we all know that DU and LP, you're lucky to get, scored if it's 80% or below, you're lucky to get 49, which is like the max.
Right.
So I think that's where, if they're figuring they're going to protect themselves and do with that is saying they're usually letting DU and LP decide those findings. We all know, in my opinion, I think you're going to see tightening of the algorithms in DU and LP. I think you're going to probably see them being 45, 46. I'm already starting to see it. I think so. That's going to kind of bumper up the protection for them for loans, because with what I see here, it's good for all of us, but it can also open a Pandora's box for people who do not have the ability to repay a loan, to open back up that box again, which got us in trouble to begin with. The other good thing to me that's really good is if the servicers have the loan, I believe it says 36 months.
Yeah, 36 months.
They're golden. they're golden. They've met the criteria and they're golden. So, I do a lot of one lender to another. I come out there and I think of right now the lenders that service. I think of the Home Points, and I think of the Calibers, and I think of the Plaza Home Mortgages, and then, the big box lenders, some of them that's not selling their servicing, a lot more are keeping their servicing in-house. This is great for them.
Yeah.
That, the broker now can just go right to them, plug in, and go Plaza to Plaza, Home Point to Home Point,
Gotcha.
Caliber to Caliber.
Yeah.
And the rules met because if they're servicing them.
There you go. So interesting.
So that's a positive thing.
Yeah, it is. Well, interesting. We'll see how this pans out. I don't think we're thinking this is going to be some, earth shattering, oh my God, things are changing so dramatically thing. It might even make things easier. We'll see what happens. And speaking of making things easier, obviously I'm being sarcastic. The new 1003, there's a new 1003. It's right around the corner. It's happening, and NAMB, of course, does have a training on it with Freddie Mac. Freddie Mac's actually going to be conducting the webinar, training people on how to work within the new 1003. But tell us, I'll bring that registration page up while you tell us a little bit about the new 1003.
For me, I went to see what it's like. I've been looking at it. It's not that it's dramatic, but you've got 10 pages on the 1003, and the pages have changed. Things have changed on the pages. You've added things. You've got I'm looking at it. You have different things in different areas, and it's different places. The navigation of the 1003 is totally different, and has totally been changed.
Okay.
Things that you're used to putting in, they're not there. They may be somewhere else. It's not going to be close your eyes. It's going to take some getting used to, because they really have redone the 1003. It's been done. It is redone. So, even myself, I'm like, thank goodness we have to have this webinar, because I think we all need to. I've been able to be in Calyx, which is what I use, and I've been playing back and forth, just getting used to it, and it is different. It's a different feel. It's got different places for your information. And if you don't know it, you're going to be sitting in there like, I just said, let me try without going into a website. Let me just do it for Kimber. And I've been listening to this. And I did an application by myself within you, because I had an option. It took me about 15 to 20 minutes longer, because I didn't know where stuff was, or what's going on, or where this button was. So we decided to do this class. For our members, it's $10. For our non-members, it's $25. It's the 17th at 2 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah. So this Thursday.
It's done by Freddie. It's absolutely, it's redesigned, like they said. The redesigned, all the monitoring, everything's very different. So, it's coming, and and you're going to have to use this. There's going to be no, I want to use the old one. No, this is your new one.
Right. Is there a hard, fast date for the new one 100% implemented?
I thought it was in January.
In January? Okay. Well, yeah. And then, but also looking at, so the reason for the new 1003.
But March 20, yeah. Well, the hard date, you're going to have a slow roll into it. The hard date's March 21, March 1st.
Okay. So you've got a little bit of a
so
grace
period. You've got 90 days to learn.
Learn it. Okay, so you might as well jump on this webinar. The link is down below, guys. I'll put the link to this page right down below where you can register here. Freddie Mac is doing the training. $10 for NAMB members, $25 for non. And this is training right from the horse's mouth from Freddie Mac. And the primary reason for this change to the 1003, Kimber, is it just more data gathering? Is that what they're after?
Yes. Yep. That's what it is.
Okay.
And think of the last time that the 1003 had an overhaul. Besides adding stuff on the reporting, on the reporting.
Yeah.
It really hasn't. So this is a real, like they said, this is a new design. It's a new overhaul and more data gathering.
Have they been working on this since the crash of 07, 08? I mean, how long have they been working on this?
Yeah, they've been working on it a few years.
Yeah. Okay.
It's been worked on for years. I think that this now is coming out, so I think this is what they want. These are the things that have been changes. If we already know, again, NAMB, we've been discussions. Hey, you want a conversation? You want to be a part? And just like with the CFPB and the new QM rule, we at NAMB have been in a conversation. We didn't want it to sunset, and we're all pleased with everything that's coming out now, because not that I think a lot of stuff going with the administration is going to be bad, but we know that the CFPB is going to be more about enforcement than it's ever been. And I don't think that this would have passed or gotten through a new administration. I think we would have been begging still for the 43 QM rule.
Yeah.
I think that it's better for the industry to come out now. I think we're going to get used to it. I think it's going to be better. And we're not sweating what's going to happen in July to 45% of our loans.
Yeah. Yeah, good stuff. All right. Well, excellent stuff. You guys, the link is down below for that webinar. Don't miss that. Always a pleasure, Kimber. Thanks for being here. And next week, let's talk about HUD, because there's some big changes going on with HUD. So I think that would be a good topic for next week, as you brought up earlier. So we'll do that.
Marsha Fudge, new HUD, head of HUD, and she's a minority. And an African American and female. I think there's going to be some changes, and I'm actually kind of looking forward to some of the things that you may be doing. Hopefully, we'll know more about that next week.
Excellent, good stuff. So do tune in to us next week. Tune in to us every day over here at the NRP Daily. In fact, you guys have a great one. Thank you, Kimber, for being here. And you guys do us a favor, leave us your comments down below. Forward, share, and subscribe. You can get our mobile app by doing this.
Download the National Real Estate Post mobile app today. Available on Apple Store and Google Play. Just search National Real Estate Post.